Good morning. Hello. Hello. Bulol na naman ako. Hi guys, Dr. Chris here, the Scrubby MD, your friendly family physician. And welcome to another video. There's a news. Okay. Kailan ba to? There's a news. 5 days ago actually. Very late na siya. Pero magandang intindihin natin. Okay. As you all know, ngayon, the government is already investigating rather yung mga pogo. Hindi tayo dadaan dun guys. Okay, hindi ako wala ako sa posisyon mag-discuss sa mga ganong topic. Pero may na-touch naman doon na something medical. Pwede natin daanan. Okay, kasi ang dami naman ng mga topic na ganyan. Wala bang iba? Well, syempre, yung topic ni Doc Willie is something different. Pero syempre, let's discuss that on a different note later, something more serious. And this particular example right now is the topic that is a concern, somewhat kailangan malaman kasi the disease is very much present sa lahat ng bahagi ng Pilipinas. Hindi lang sa Pilipinas, in any known tropical country, especially in Southeast Asia, because it's been there since time immemorial. We also have historical figures who got this disease. Okay, so before we go dive into that topic, syempre panoorin natin yung isang balita. This is from ABS-CBN News, guys. Okay, all rights reserved. Panoorin natin si Ma'am. I think she is the spokesperson of the Philippine National Police. And the title here is Alice Guo has suspected lung infection. Walang entirely direct definition kung anong type of lung infection ang nabanggit. So pakinggan natin.
Have now the disposition on how to treat this possible infection na meron po si Alice Guo.
Saan possible nakuha yun, ma'am?
Hindi natin
Okay, so nabanggit, there's a possible lung infection. So usually kapag nang-transfer sila sa custody from one facility to another, they have to do a physical examination. Sa government hospitals, usually they do that also, a PE, to make sure that there are no other conditions that are not declared sa health ng patient. It's also illegal legal basis na para sabihin na yung baka kasi magkaroon ng pagbubugbog or meron kang violent acts na mangyari. Sana hindi walang mangyaring ganun kapag napunta siya sa detention area na yun. Okay, so prior dun sa transfer, wala siyang ibang mga injuries or mga ibang sakit or karamdaman na dala bago siya pinunta. Okay, sa I think sa Women's Correctional na ata siya ngayon, ang sabi kasi from the PNP Custodial Center siya galing, ngayon i-transfer na siya sa correctional facility ng mga female detainees or female people or persons deprived of liberty or PDLs. Now nabanggit dito while on the PE na identify ng physician in charge na merong lung infection. Sabi, di ba?
Hindi po alam, but yung kanyang medical po last Friday cleared naman po. She was supposed to be transferred last Friday.
Okay, last Friday cleared. Oh, cleared naman. So what happened?
But it was postponed because there are some legal procedure to be undertaken,
Okay, legal procedures.
particularly the service of warrant implemented by CIDG, and just this morning
Okay, so there was may hinintay lang sila mga papeles bago sila fully ma-transfer siya sa bagong facility na mag-handle kay Alice Guo, or Guwaping. Naging delay lang would be the serving. I think sinabi nila ito is process of serving the warrant. Or ibalik lang yung warrant. Yeah.
procedure. So based doon sa doctor po ng PNP General Hospital na probably from Friday and over the course of the weekend.
Okay, so Friday onto the over the course of the weekend, that is usually 3 days, I guess. Kung over the course of the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, there was
Nag-develop ng possible infection.
okay, there was a development of a possible infection. 3 days, so it's short. No, it's in a perspective sa isang condition. It's a acute condition. It's less than 7 days or it's less than 2 weeks. Usually kapag mabot ka na ng beyond 2 weeks, it should either be subacute or chronic in nature na siya. No? Especially kung anong type of symptom ba ang pinag-uusapan natin. But if, let's say, nag-base lang sila sa x-ray on the examinations while waiting, well, that would be another entirety of screening, kumbaga, no?
Yung kanyang lungs.
So there was an infection in the lungs.
We declared it, yung mga doctors, and it will be the disposition now of the BJMP on how to treat this possible infection.
Okay.
Discover yung anong medical procedure na discover?
In X-ray po, sa chest X-ray po nakita po yung possible and suspected infection po sa kanyang left lungs po.
Okay. So possible infection on the left lung. Actually, the lungs have a lot of lobes, pero technically, we only have one right lung and one left lung. But there are a lot of segments. Okay? So, the correct term there is one left lung. Sorry, wordy lang yun. So, may nahanap sila on the left. I think sabi ba niya upper or lower lung. It's important to identify din kung anong part ng lung. Okay? Yung nakita nilang infection. Nabanggit ba? Or na
X-ray po nakita po yung possible and suspected infection po sa kanyang left lungs po.
left lungs. Okay. So if we go to a picture of a lung, okay, anatomy of a lung. Pinaka-simple lang. Alam mo, pinaka-simple. Let's go to images. Anatomy of the lung. Sige na. Yan. Okay. Ito, teach me. Para natin puntahan yung image na yan. Visit the image. The lungs. Okay, teach me anatomy. So, the lungs, technically, ay, kung naman siya. Pwede bang i-zoom? Wala pang pambayad, guys. Yan. Step na natin yan. Yan. Okay, for the lungs, this is the lungs. Okay. So, for the lungs, this is your right lung. This is your left lung. So, why am I saying that this is the left lung? Because the apex is at the left. Okay, the heart's apex, if it's a normal positioned heart, the apex is on the left. Okay, so that is your left lung. And this is your right lung. Okay, kaya kapag kinakapam mo ang pulso ng iyong puso, ng damdamin, it's always high or maramdaman mo yung pulse ng iyong puso on the left. So that would also anatomically identify na, yeah, well, you're looking at the left lung because the apex of the heart is on the left. Okay, so the lungs are divided into segments and also lobes, no? Upper lobe here, lower lobe, upper, middle, and lower lobe. So yan, yung mga yan, ang pinakamahalagang malaman nyo is what are the diseases na related sa sakit ng lungs, no? In this particular scenario, kapag more on the apices, sa taas, tuktok ng yung lungs, the most common disease na related dyan ay tuberculosis or TB. Okay? Now, if it's on the lower aspect, usually patients with pneumonia, presents with findings on the lower lung fields or lower lobes. Okay? Pwede rin naman magkaroon dun sa taas, pero rarely. Now, bakit kasi sa taas dun tumutubo ang bacteria na tuberculosis? It's because it's highly oxygenated. Okay, sa area na yan, mas mataas ang oxygen and more on the more of the inflow of respiration dyan sa area na yan. Whereas dun sa baba, bakit naman dyan sa pneumonia? It's by way of yung mga secretions mo, they tend to go down. Lalo na kung meron kang mga bacterial contaminants that would come from the outside na they would be harboring sa secretions mo. And technically, pag dun sila, they thrive more in that area, no? Sa lower lung field. Si TB, mas gusto niya sa mas mahangin, sa mas tuktok. Okay, so if it's more on the apices, usually the doctors suspect TB. If it's more on the lower lungs, okay, they suspect more of either other conditions like your pneumonia. Pero not all. Marami pang ibang sakit tungkol doon. Pero kung if it's an infection, TB or pneumonia, yun lang naman dalawa ang pinakamadalas, no? That would signify some clues kung ano yung mga possible na sakit na ine-entertain ng doktor. Now, it's important to identify na yun nga, under custodial investigation siya. So, kailangan mag-undergo ng physical exam si Ma'am Alice ko bago siya dalhin sa next na facility. Para sabihin na nakuha niya yung TB dun sa bagong facility where in fact nakuha niya pala dito. Now, the problem there is, ang problem dyan, TB, if you want to identify TB, usually there's a pattern. The presentation should be somewhat chronic because the symptoms should start 2 weeks. Nagtaka kasi ako kapag sinabi na 3 days lang kasi Friday maganda normal daw ang PE niya and then after the weekend nagkaroon siya ng symptom. Now, maybe ang x-ray kasi it's not usually it's reader dependent. Kung ano yung nabasa ng unang radiologist tapos iba na naman yung radiologist na nagbasa ng pangalawa, it's reader dependent. That's why it's important, okay, mahalaga na isabay ito sa assessment ng isang physician or doctor. Now, ano ba ang mga clinical findings ng isang pasyenteng may TB? Now, base sa screening namin for tuberculosis, ang symptoms niya dapat ay around 2 weeks. Okay? 2 weeks na may presentation siya ng 4, okay, na features. Ubo, okay, paglalagnat na hindi alam kung saan nanggagaling, okay, nangayayat, pumayat, at saka pagpapawis sa gabi. Yung 4 na yon. Kailangan mo kahit at least, meron ka at least isa. Okay? Or kung more than 2, well, that's highly suspicious of TB na. Ang next na papagawa mo dyan, saka ka na magpapa-x-ray. Bakit kailangan i-assess mo muna? Kasi, syempre, budget yan eh. Magagastos ka pa ng x-ray kung wala naman siyang symptom. That's totally unnecessary kung sakali. Pero in this particular scenario, the reason why nagpa-x-ray sila is because, syempre, it's a protocol that's from the PNP to transfer fugitives or, hindi naman fugitives, detainees, no? Detainees pa lang, hindi pa siya convicted or what. From one facility to another, na mag-undergo ng medical exam, okay, para ma-identify kung wala naman siyang naha-harbor na karamdaman or sakit. And doon na-catch yung TB niya ay x-ray findings niya. Okay? So, doon sa situation na to, meron siyang x-ray suspicious of TB in the left lung, no, ang pagkabanggit. Okay?
Yeah, mayroon siyang konting colds at kanina sa hospital parang nag-uubo-ubo siya ng konti.
Okay. Colds and then meron siyang konting pag-uubo. Now, ang problem lang din dyan, yung symptoms niya is just 3 days. If you would say 3 days na nandun lang nagsimula, unless hindi pa na fully na-identify yung symptoms niya 2 weeks prior. Kapag 2 weeks prior meron na siyang symptoms, well, it fits the textbook of TB. Pero kung 2-3 days, malay mo, it's just bronchitis. Okay? Or it's just a viral infection. Influenza, okay, flu-like illness, that could be one of those factors, no? Other than that, kung wala naman siyang productive cough, it would just stem as yun nga, upper respiratory tract infection. Pero yun, nonetheless, pinatest naman nila.
Iniinda siya mali, sabi po siya.
Wala naman. Ang sabi nung mga nag-inspect sa kanya, nag-examine sa kanya physically, externally, even the forensic group, wala namang nakitang any external indication na meron siyang iniinda. However, since the x-ray showed na there is a possible infection based on the x-ray examination conducted on her, so the doctors deem it necessary to put that in writing, and it will be now the BGMP who will determine what kind of treatment, if there will be any treatment at all.
Okay. So, dun sa sabi ni ma'am on the treatment, now they're now tagging the patient, okay, or the client as a presumptive TB. Now, presumptive TB, there's either an X-ray finding suggestive of TB or clinical findings of 2 weeks symptoms suggestive of TB. Now, sa kanya, if they were entertaining tuberculosis, well, you would tag the initial diagnosis for patients in that situation as presumptive TB or presumptive pulmonary tuberculosis. Now, ano ang next step in that situation? Now, the next step there in the latest guidelines, okay, is you have to identify if it is really TB. Now, nung mga nakaraang taon, madalas ang next na pinapagawa ay nagpapakolekta ng plema, okay? Sa pamamagitan ng plema, kailangan ma-diagnose siya using sputum microscopy. Gagawa kami ng isang smear, then doon, titignan siya sa microscope. That is the old practice before. Right now, since natapos na ang COVID, we all had an access on PCRs, even experts or expert machines. So we now have the capabilities of having a rapid test. Okay, or say expert MTB, or in practice, ang tawag namin dun ay gene expert. Okay, gene expert or expert MTB, which is a test to detect the presence of TB in a sputum sample. So, kukuha pa rin ng sample. Similar din sa gagawa ng sputum microscopy na i-acid fast stain. Pero, ang next na is gagawa ng sample for expert MTB. Okay? Assay for PCR. Alos parang PCR na din yon. Now, we have to also check if meron siyang resistance to a drug na ngayon, tinitignan na kung possible na may mga resistance like yung sa gamot na rifampicin. Okay? So, kung doon sa diagnostic na yon ay hindi naman available sa facility, check natin kung meron silang TB lamp as na procedure. Kung wala din, balik tayo sa traditional na sputum microscopy or yung acid fast or AFB smears. Now, sa AFB smears, at least one na nag-positive. Okay? Pero sa Gene Expert, isang beses ka lang naman mag-submit. Kung nag-positive yon, start treatment. Okay? In this situation, si Ma'am Alice ko is nagkaroon siya ng symptoms pero 3 days lang. Pero ang situation niyan is may x-ray siya suggestive of TB on the left, I think, left lung field. No? So, ang pinagawa, nagpa-Gene Expert ata sila, pagkakaalala ko. Hindi ko alam kung binanggit na dito. Pero nakita naman, I think nakita ko sa news na negative yung Gene Expert niya. So, kung negative yung Gene Expert niya, tignan natin. Baka mahanap natin yung yung news. Yan, tested negative. I think nabanggit naman na sa news na negative yung test for TB niya. I think they used GeneXpert and ano to? Yan. They used GeneXpert in assessing for the presence of TB. Kasi mabilis eh. Unless nagpa-sputum smear sila. Ano to? Yan. Yan. So sabi dito, dismissed Bamban Mayor Alice Guo tested negative this afternoon. Okay. So Guo's GeneXpert test to the media was released, no, by BGMP spokesperson J-Rex Bustinera, and it was negative. Okay, no MTB detected. Okay, so negative siya. That means hindi siya tuberculosis. Now, in the symptoms kasi ni Ma'am Guo is hindi siya papasok sa clinical presentation. Sa pag-diagnose kasi ng tuberculosis, we can either tag a person as bacteriologically confirmed pulmonary tuberculosis, wherein the start of treatment is started or initiated once may positive result, okay? Or clinically diagnosed pulmonary tuberculosis, meaning despite negative yung results, meron siyang symptoms na suggestive of TB, pwede ka pa rin mag-start ng gamutan. Now, ang difference lang dyan is you have to take note also of the level of isolation. Kung i-isolate mo siya ng mas matagal, mas madalas yung mas matagal na isolation muna bago siya ma-clear as non-infective is mas matagal ang isolation ng bacteriologically confirmed. Kasi for sure na meron siyang TB sa plema niya. Okay, or Mycobacterium tuberculosis, or yung bacteria very heavy yung load niya. Whereas clinically diagnosed, the usual length ng reverse isolation, or syempre ilayo niya yung sarili niya sa ibang tao, is lot shorter compared sa bacteriologically confirmed. Now, ang mas mahalaga din dyan is masimulan agad yung gamot. Sa kanya, I think hindi naman siya nasimulan ng gamot for TB. There are no data na showed na they still treated the patient, Ma'am Alice Guo, with TB. Just they said na MTB not detected. Pero sabi naman sa guideline, kung negative naman siya, we just have to repeat the x-ray after 6 months. Kung mawala naman yon, is more likely baka more of a other form of infection yun, either pneumonia or viral infection lang siya. Okay? So, it's important for us to identify symptoms, again, of tuberculosis. Ulitin natin yung 4. Dapat within 2 weeks siya. Okay? Doon pa lang, hindi na siya pumasok doon sa criteria of 2 weeks. Kasi 3 days lang. Sabi niya, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then, I think the next day, nagkaroon siya ng symptoms. Okay? So, kung 2 weeks siya na meron siyang cough, may it be productive or non-productive, edi mas better kung sana kung productive para makalabas kagad ng plema. You have unexplained fever, okay? Naglalagnat na hindi mo alam kung saan ang galing. Okay, unexplained weight loss, nangayayat, pumayat, or ano yung isa? Night sweats, pag papawis sa gabi. Okay? Either of those 4, kung meron ka nun, warrants treatment, warrants diagnostics, okay, or screening for TB. So, ang next step doon is either X-ray. Kung hindi available ang GeneXpert agad. Sa kanila, they started on X-ray. Now, if those symptoms are already available, okay, base kasi sa guideline namin, okay, if any of the 4 are available, at least 1, you screen them ahead with GeneXpert kung may symptom ka. Pero in her situation, wala siya nun, pero on X-ray, meron siya, kaya siya nagpa-GeneXpert pa. Okay, kung may symptoms ka agad, GeneXpert agad. That's based on the latest guideline for TB. Now, kung wala namang symptom pero on X-ray may findings, saka ka pa magpapa-GeneXpert or expert MTB test. Okay? Kung wala naman, let's say X-ray suggestive of TB, tapos expert was negative, okay? You could clear the patient, pero reassess kung meron ba siyang symptoms talaga or wala. Kung wala, follow up the patient after. I guess, check for the progression of symptoms. Kung meron ng progression of symptoms, better na repeat ulit, check mo yung test, and then identify if it's still TB. No? So, sa kanya, more likely baka viral infection lang yon. Okay? Doon lang ay mahalaga. Kasi, pag ito, napasok siya na may, let's say, suspected TB sa isang facility, ang mangyayari dyan is magkakahawaan. Ayaw naman natin yun mangyari. Kawawa naman yung mga ibang PDLs dun sa kulungan. Okay? PDL sila, hindi naman nila kailangan magkaroon ng sakit. Okay? They have to serve lang yung mga penalties nila, pero hindi naman kailangan na i-torture sila sa sakit. No? So, better na maging safe din for her as well as the individuals in the facility. Okay? TB is rampant. Doon sa history na sinabi ko, sino ba sa country natin na nagka-TB before? At at a history standpoint, remember Manuel L. Quezon? Yan. Nasa 20 pesos natin. The late President Manuel L. Quezon. Yan. Tingnan natin si Biggie Picha. Yan. Si the late President Manuel L. Quezon, okay, he's, I think, the second president. Tama ba? Oh my God. Sorry, guys. So, ano ba ang kwan niya? Ang personal life niya? Second term. Yan. He had TB. No, he had TB. Yan. Death and burial. Quezon had developed tuberculosis and spent his last years in the hospital, including Miami Beach Army Hospital in 1944. That summer, he had a acute cure cottage in Sarah Lake, New York. Quezon died in America. No, at time 10:05. Wow, na-record talaga. Initially, yun nga, na-bury siya doon. Pero ngayon, nilipat siya dito sa Quezon Memorial Circle sa Quezon City. So, nandun siya. No? Laid to rest there. And yan. He is one of the famous Filipinos died of tuberculosis. Okay? So, TB is part of our history. And TB is still not eradicated in our country. Medyo mahirap kasi it's a tropical country. It's important for us to screen and detect, okay, proper treatment, also provide proper treatment for patients with tuberculosis. Okay? Kahit may sala sila sa batas, mainam pa rin na alamin natin kung ano yung kailangan natin gawin para sa kalusugan nila. Para din maproteksyonan din natin ang mga tao nakatira sa ating bayan. Okay? So, hanggang doon lang naman yung video ko ngayon. Ang haba pala. Umabot ko ng 30 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope you learned a lot about tuberculosis. And I just want to thank everyone to those who watched and continue to support the channel. Thank you guys for dropping by and see you on the next video, guys. Okay? And this has been Doc Chris, your family physician. Usually, tambay lang dito sa YouTube. Okay, signing out. Bye, guys. Laging inaalala ang bawat detalye-pilit. Pasyente pamilya, sa kanya'y mahalaga. Kaya bawat check-up, laging may pag-asa. Si Doc